This is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as an educational material. No copyright infringement is intended.
Global food security is the state where all people at all times have access to enough safe and nutritious food for a healthy life, which requires physical, social, and economic access to food. Key challenges include a growing population, climate change, conflict, and economic instability, which have led to hundreds of millions of people facing hunger and food insecurity. Improving food security involves a combination of solutions like reducing food waste, enhancing infrastructure, promoting efficient and agricultural practices, and creating better trade and investment policies. The key aspects of food security first is the availability. The physical supply of food influenced by agricultural production and supply chain disruptions. Second is the access. People's ability to physically obtain food through economic or social means. Third is the utilization. The ability of the body to use the nutrients from food effectively, which is related to food safety, preparation, and overall health. Last is the stability, the consistent availability of food over time, which can be undermined by shocks like natural disasters, conflict, or economic crisis.
And next, the 5 components of food security. There are 5 elements needed to ensure that a country's people have stable and reliable access to food. Farmers lack labor and materials due to mobility restrictions. Workers could not travel to farms. Farming supplies were hard to get. Production decreased. Lower production meant less food available nationwide. So, the pandemic disrupted supply chains, limited people's ability to buy food, and reduced food production. These combined factors weakened food security in the Philippines. During the pandemic, global food security became a major problem, and the Philippines was greatly affected. Several factors made it difficult for people to access enough safe and affordable food. Income loss reduced purchasing power. Many Filipinos lost jobs or earned less because of lockdowns. With lower income, families struggled to buy food even when it was available. Transport restrictions, cost, shortage, and higher prices. Checkpoints, travel bans, and limited transportation caused delay in food delivery. This resulted in empty shelves or low supply in markets, higher prices for basic goods, difficulty for farmers to send produce to cities.
So, globally, food security depends on 4 major elements: economic, stability, strong agriculture, efficient distribution, and effective government policies. When a country has a stable economy, people are better to afford food and markets operate more smoothly. Agriculture is equally important because country was healthy and productive farming system can maintain food supply even difficult times. Essential factor is food distribution. Even if food is available, it must be transported efficiently from farms consumer during the pandemic, and many countries experienced delay due to the lockdowns. Restriction showing how important distribution system are, government policies, and climate condition also have major impact. Supportive program fear, pressing, and disaster response measure help ensure food access, while climate issues such as drought, flood, and typhoons can damage crop and reduce supply.
Food security has 5 main components. First is the availability. This means there must be enough food produced and supplied for the population. Without enough production, people face shortages. Second is access. Even if food is available, people should be able to obtain and afford it. Access becomes a problem when prices are high or when income is too low. Third is utilization. This focuses on how the body uses food. People must eat safe, clean, and nutritious food to stay healthy. Fourth is stability. People should be available and accessible at all times. A stable food system can handle shocks like disasters, conflicts, or sudden changes in supply. Last is agency. This is the ability of people to choose what they eat. It includes having the knowledge and the freedom to decide on healthy and suitable food. Now, the threats to global food security include climate change, which causes droughts, floods, and storms that damage crops, conflicts and wars interrupt farming and food transport. High food prices make it harder for families to buy what they need. Growing population increases the demand for food, and poor environmental practices harms soil and water, which lowers food production.
What are the threats to global food security? Number 1 is climate change. Extreme weather, disaster displace communities, destroy infrastructure, and disrupt farming, causing food shortages and economic instability. Number 2 is conflict, political instability. Conflicts disrupt economies, displace people, and create crisis, while instability undermines development and divert resources. Number 3 is economic crisis, affordability. Economic downturns reduce purchasing power, increasing poverty and malnutrition, especially among vulnerable populations. Number 4 is supply chain disruptions. Disruptions cause food shortages and price increases, disproportionately affecting communities reliant on imports. Number 5 is environmental degradation. Deforestation and pollution reduce agricultural output and deplete resources, threatening livelihoods and food security.
Let's talk about strong governance and global cooperation. This means that countries need to create effective policies and work closely with one another to ensure food is accessible, and will manage. Good leadership and international support help maintain stable food and system and prevent shortage. Number 2 is sustainable agricultures. This refers to farming practices that protect natural resources while still producing enough food. It focuses on caring for the soil, using water wisely, and reducing harmful impacts of farms can continue to produce food for many years. Number 3, technology and innovation. The use of modern equipment, scientific methods, and new ideas helps improve farming efficiency and innovation such as a better crop varieties and advanced irrigation. And digital tools strengthen food production and make system more resilient. Number 4 is preparedness for crisis. Being prepared means having plans, resources, and strategies ready before disasters happen. This helps reduce the damage caused by events like climate change, pandemic, and economic shocks, or ensuring the food supplies remain steady.
Environmental problems pose serious threats to global food security because they directly affect how food is produced, distributed, and accessed. Climate change leads to unpredictable weather patterns, causing irregular harvests, droughts, floods, and stronger storms that damage crops and reduce yields. Pollution from chemicals, plastics, and industrial waste contaminates soils and water source, making farmlands less productive and sometimes unsafe for growing food. Land degradation, including soil erosion, deforestation, and overfarming, reduce the amount of healthy land available for agriculture, lowering the capacity to produce enough food for growing population. Lastly, biodiversity loss weakness natural ecosystem, declining numbers of pollinators, soil organisms, and beneficial insects. Disrupt the natural process that support crop growth. When these environmental crises occur together, they make it much harder to maintain stable, sufficient food supplies for communities around the world.